These are the stories
There is a foundation out there that helps to get back into it.
of organizations making a difference.
What really limits our ability to do something is people's imagination.
And empowering others across Canada.
When I get into that sledge, I'm free, man. I'm playing hockey.
It's a great organization and it's worth supporting.
In our community.
Hi, my name is Charlene Duquette, and I'm the Executive Director at Cosmo Industries. So a day at Cosmo starts with the program participants coming off the bus or their caregivers dropping them off. Some travel our public transportation, and when they walk through the doors of Cosmo, it's joy, it's excitement, and from them telling us what they're gonna do today or to what they did last night. And there's just a bundle of energy that makes one smile and just starts our day off all right as staff members. So they're a joy when they walk through the building right away.
Since 1971, Cosmo Industries, a nonprofit organization, has been a unique place providing vocational work, non-vocational activities, and support options for a full spectrum of adults with intellectual and physical disabilities, including the blind and partially sighted.
I'm Joanne Cornier. At this point in time here at Cosmo, I'm the Life Enrichment Manager. I think it's because we do care about each other. Everybody enjoys coming because their friends are here. We're with each other day in and day out. We've got staff members here who love each one of those individuals. And we probably have the happiest group of people in the whole world.
So my name is Francine Groff, and I am currently one of the program managers with Cosmo. Probably the best thing that happens in my day is arrival. I do love watching people arrive to our program. I love Rebecca coming in the morning going, "It is Monday, yes." So I love that this is probably one of the only businesses where people look forward to Monday.
Hi, I'm Betty Ann Fisher, and I'm the president of the board of directors of Cosmopolitan Industries, and this is my son, Stephen. So Stephen started at Cosmo in 2014, right out of high school from Holy Cross. And when I saw how amazing the program was, it inspired me to be part of it. And so I let my name stand for to be on the board of directors. I'm really thrilled that I'm going to be part of helping make Stephen's life and other adults with disabilities a special place. And he likes to do noogies.
Stephen, tell me about how much you like Cosmo. You like being at Cosmo Industries?
Yeah, very much.
Very much, he said.
Almost 50 years ago, a group of parents had a vision for their child with a disability and what could they create. And that's how Cosmo got created, was from parents with a vision. And to see what the dedication of the board members throughout the years, as well as the staff members, have transitioned to Cosmo from almost 50 years ago to what it is today is really remarkable and something that we're very proud of.
It's like you and I, we want to do the things that we're passionate about and the things that we enjoy. And the same for each and every one of the individuals here. It's all definitely person-centered, and we're looking at the things that you want to do in your life or the advancements or the changes that you want to make. And so it's dealing with 395 people and making sure everybody gets their choices and their needs met.
So Cosmo provides a lot of opportunities for participants, from supported work to competitive employment to life enrichment opportunities to assisting people experience volunteer opportunities. All the supports that we offer come from the participant, and in us meeting with each participant and meeting with their families and their support teams to determine what is it that you are needing in support, what are you choosing, what are you wanting with your day program, and then Cosmo building programs that are very person-centered and are very individual to each of the people that we support.
Stephen started there when he was 22, out of high school, and there is a range from that age all the way up to maybe 70 or 80 there. So you can spend your whole adult life in that day program with your friends, and it's the only program like it, ever. that I've ever heard of. And that's why I'm so confident and happy when he goes every day, because he gets up every morning and he can't wait to get to that door so that someone picks him up and takes him to Cosmo. And he's in a program one-on-one. So they do a lot of different things. So during the day, he likes to give me. Do you want one back? Yeah. Noogies. He does, he'll go with his partner, caregiver, around visiting people because he's extremely social. Or they'll just go on a one-on-one outings. He likes to go out, and we like to get him involved in the public and go out. He likes to go to the mall. And where else do you like to go?
Coke.
Oh, for a Coke. Yeah. What Stephen does at Cosmo. Well, when he first started there, it was hard for him to concentrate on anything. So he started ripping books, which he still likes to do. He is very social, so he delivers memos to the whole Cosmo area, and he visits the offices with the girls because he likes to say hello every day. Don't you? And he likes to get colors of the rainbow paper. And then he goes back up to their area and he colors, they read stories, and every afternoon they go on a different outing. So one day he goes swimming, indoor swimming, which is great for get his legs going. He does swimming, they go to the library, he volunteers at the food bank, and then once a week he gets to go shopping at his favorite store. What's your favorite store?
Dollarama.
Dollarama.
Cosmo seemed like a good place for Stephen. So while he was still in high school, we worked with the transition process and what supports does Stephen need, how can we best meet his needs, what are his needs, and we do that collectively. So we had his teachers involved, his family was very involved, and we put together what would an ideal program for Stephen look like. And so through a transition process through high school, his supports there would bring him to Cosmo so he could experience our program. We could get an idea of what works best for him. For Stephen likes an environment that's a little bit quieter. We create his program, which has a piece to the center, so he does some activities here and participates here, but then Stephen also has a community piece. So through the transition process, we were able to maintain his volunteer work, because he volunteered with the school board and doing some collection of paper. He was at the food bank, I believe, and so we transitioned that support so he could keep those jobs once his school supports ended, and Cosmo took on that support for him.
We used to take him to Dollarama because it was his favorite store, and that's what he loved to do every day. We'd go to Dollarama, and he would just bolt. He would take off wherever we went. So we couldn't control what he grabbed, what he did. It was just a real struggle for us. And you know that now, maybe 3 or 4 years in, Stephen, I wait at the door, and this is all credit to the girls and gentlemen that take him at Cosmo, because he walks in, up and down each aisle, he does not touch anything, he picks one thing, and then where do you go? You go to the till, and what do you give them? He has gift cards. He swipes his gift card, and he gets it back and writes down, and you bring the receipt back too. Yep, and he has his treat in his bag, and he walks in and out, and I don't even have to go in with him now. That is a miracle for us, really, that he can actually do it on his own. They've taught him independence, mostly, right? He loves it.
Our community will return after the break. We now return to our community.
My name is Todd Phillips, and I'm a great dancer and a better entertainer.
How long have you been a part of Cosmo Industries?
I work here every time. I'm manager of Subway.
It's Todd going to his job and taking ownership and being proud of what he's doing, and I think that's just how much pride people take in what they're doing during the day. And it doesn't matter, it can be the smallest little thing or it can be a big thing. So yeah, why wouldn't he be a manager?
So with our supported work program, we like to meet with people, find out what their employment goals are, and through our employment coordinator, then what we like to do is meet and see how do we fulfill that goal. What areas are you working on? And we start watching for opportunities. Probably bigger to that is community development. And how do we work with employers to break down the barriers to employment and to hiring somebody in a non-traditional way? Because that's sometimes what we need to do with the people we support. So it's working with employers, answering those questions. What is it you want? How do we help you? How do we help you coach somebody that may be a future employee? Todd is someone that enjoys the work that we offer here, and he likes that. A big part of his day, though, is his job at Subway, which is a good fit for him because he is so social and has so much to offer in that area.
I'm Mandy Height, owner and manager of Idlewild Subway Restaurant. So Todd comes into the restaurant at 11 a.m. and works until 1 p.m. So he's here to help out through our crazy lunch rush every day. He visits with customers, he helps clear tables, asks them if they need anything, and just provides exceptional service to all of our customers.
Who do you work with there?
With Mandy, my boss,
And as a friend too you work with?
and my best pal, Frank Beanie.
Are you his manager?
Maybe I am.
Oh.
When Todd says that he's manager at Subway, I think it's just him taking ownership. I agree with what Cosmo says in that position. My favorite thing about Todd is that he walks around always saying, "Boss, we're 50-50, 50-50, boss." And he'll pull me out of the back room when I'm knee-deep in paperwork and my face in my computer and get me out to help him clean tables. And it just helps remind all of us that we're all part of the team. I'm not just a boss, I'm part of the team as well. And he always reminds us that we all need to work together.
Mandy is a great manager to me. He gave me a 2-year pen. 2 years, when now, I'm going to get a big money.
So I had been to Cosmo for quite a few functions, some luncheons and some tours. And I just loved all of the people that I met there. And one time when I was there, I met Darla and we started talking about the supported work program and how it could benefit our business. And right away I was interested. I loved the vibe at Cosmo and I wanted to have that same vibe in my restaurant.
Hey Mandy, I love you. Subway eat fresh.
Mandy, eat fresh, we always love you.
Yes.
Todd really stood out. He has such a warm, outgoing, friendly personality, which is what we really needed to enhance our dining experience. While we were interviewing, there was actually a customer in the restaurant that was just paying and leaving the restaurant, and Todd ran up to him, shook his hand and said, "Subway, eat fresh," and put the biggest smile on that customer's face. And right then I knew we had to have him on our team.
I could be on camera today. I get to have my family, and I miss my family. I miss my grandparents in heaven.
With the participants at Cosmo, we have a very much open door, inclusive way. That's our nature at Cosmo. We always have the time for the participants, and I think when you guys were shooting there, Todd, for instance, joined right in. The cameras are a magnet to many of our program participants. They want to be a part of the action. They would just want to see who's here, have a conversation, what are you up to? And that's the one nice part about Cosmo is everybody's included no matter what's going on. And they join in, and they're welcome to join in. They are Cosmo.
Our community will return after the break. We now return to our community.
When Telemiracle cast and crew come, such as Lisa Moen, Beverly Mahood, Brad Johnner, there is excitement beyond compare.
Telemiracle is an annual telethon to raise money for the Kinsman Foundation so it can provide special needs equipment and medical travel assistance to the people of Saskatchewan. Since 1977, Telemiracle has raised more than $140 million.
The participants look forward to their visit every year, and they pump them up, and it's just exciting going into the weekend for Telemiracle. And Telemiracle is very meaningful to all of us at Cosmo. Participants go to Telemiracle and sit in the audience, and they're cheering them on to ring those phones because it's really important to all of us.
Lisa Moen is a Saskatchewan singer-songwriter who's been performing professionally for more than 17 years.
We are touring Cosmo Industries today. It's an absolute pleasure to be here to see what you guys do here and behind the scenes. I have to tell you, I was the rookie last year. This was my first time on the Telemiracle show. I performed on Telemiracle before, but it was the first time for me being on the national cast. So coming here, we've been touring all day. We came here and just the energy as soon as you walk through the door, and just the love and acceptance, you know, of someone new, because I'm kind of the newbie walking around with everybody that's been here before. So it was absolutely amazing. The energy, the love, it was just fantastic. And, you know, open doors, showing us everything, giving us the tour all day. It was wonderful to meet everybody, and great to be back.
Brad Johnner is a Saskatchewan musician and entertainer whose music career has spanned more than 4 decades.
First time I saw Angie was on Telemiracle, and she sang. She was one of the singers on the show, and we were all just blown away. And then when we came here to visit the participants at Cosmo, she's the kind of gal who will just come up and just start singing, and you can't help but sing along. She's a fantastic singer.
Like me, I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see.
Angie last year, so me being the newbie, we come to visit, everything is new, I'm meeting all these new faces. Angie comes barreling up to me, lovely energy, just amazing soul, and she said, you know what, I have something to share with you. And I thought, okay, awesome, let's see it or hold it or whatever. And she came up to me, took a deep breath, and she started singing. It blew me away. Absolutely goosebump moment. I'm getting goosebumps right now telling you guys about this. Just such a light and such a just beautiful soul. And she started singing, and we were all, you could have heard a pin drop in that room. It was just amazing. She was fantastic. So that was very cool. And it was just a fantastic moment. I'll never forget her.
Silver wing, shining in the sunlight.
Brock has worked here now for a number of years, and he does. He wanted to come to Cosmo, he waited to come to Cosmo, and takes ownership of the jobs that he does do here. Ripping a page out of a book is pretty darn important, and that helps our whole recycle department. So yeah, it's a job he's very proud of. He just has to use his feet rather than his hands to do it, but it doesn't make any difference.
I work in the paper sorting area.
Yeah, so after lunch you go back to work?
Yeah, we recycle trays and stuff.
I know. I remember watching you work last year.
Yeah.
Both Cosmo and Telemiracle are very much part of the community, and I think together we're making a real difference in the lives of adults with disabilities.
At Christmas, there's always lots of special things that we do with our Christmas dinner with the participants, and one of the things we did was the bingo, the Christmas bingo, and Stephen likes to do that. He participates in that, and he's very engaged in it, and for me too, just to see and watch him do that, and to be able to communicate with everyone, because he has a hard time doing that because his speech isn't very good. So for him to be able to call the numbers out and be part of it, and he feels like he's in charge and he's the star that day. It just warms my heart. Yeah, he just loves doing new things with people. Everybody just eats and interacts together. You walk in, you think we're all a family, but that's really what it is.
It's almost overwhelming to think of all the things that have happened through the years because, yes, there are millions of memories, but I think the constant variety, the constant opportunities to learn, and yeah, the many, many challenges that we've had have kept it interesting. I'm still excited to come to work.
Stephen doesn't just enrich my life every day, he enriches everyone's life he meets. His presence, just walking into a room, he's always, always smiling, and he's always excited, and his personality is just, he's so bubbly and it makes you so happy, and my family says that, and our friends say that, and it's just, he brings all of the good into your life. Right?
It's one reason why I continue to work here is that we always are meeting the needs of the community and working with our partners to create new options. Cosmo continues to expand and continues to create, and I think that's what makes Cosmo who we are.
Well, Cosmo gives Stephen purpose. Every day, he gets up every morning, he has something to look forward to. It's a job, he feels good about himself, like we all want to. He feels good about himself. Within his own perimeters, he can make decisions. Just to have some freedom there and responsibility, so that he's not just sitting at home all day. He's learning without knowing he's learning and loving it. So I think we all want to have purpose in our life, and Cosmo gives all the participants that every day. I love you too. I love you.
I can say it, but I do. I love this place.
From almost 50 years ago and to where we've evolved to today, I think is quite remarkable. From having the main center, which still exists today, to having satellited out even further into the community, and how the programs have evolved as well over those 50 years is really remarkable. And that's from the dedicated staff members and of the board members, and for the participants who come to Cosmo and love our program.
Producer-director Anthony J. Tostego, writer Jeff Martell, narrator Jim Van Horn, director of photography Shannon Scott, additional camera Ken Grischuk, production assistant Sarah Eyre, editor Shannon Scott, integrated described video specialist Ron Rickford. Special thanks Cosmopolitan Industries, Charlene Duquette, Telemiracle Foundation, Richard Keys. Graphics Andrew Antonello, regional content specialist Jim Crisco, coordinating producer Jennifer Johnson, consulting producer Colette Vosberg, director production Karen I, director programming Brian Perdue, VP programming and production John Melville, president and CEO David Arrington. Produced with the participation of the Canada Media Fund. Copyright 2020 Accessible Media Inc.